Hello guys, welcome back to Code It All, and today I'm going to start with my second video of the CSS Position series, and I'm going to cover CSS Position Absolute. And my sincere apologies to not being able to upload any new content for about 4 or 5 days because I was a little busy with my tests and I had quite a few competitions going on, so I was a little busy. With him, but I'll jump right back right now. So it's CSS Position Relative. That's what we're going to cover today, and it's part of the CSS Position series. And I have some news to tell you guys. I'm going to be putting the Node.js series on hold because many beginners or many intermediate don't actually move to the back end as much as the front end. So I'm just going to create quite a bit of front end related stuff. And in the future, if you ever want back end related tutorials, I'll be right up for it, but now I'm gonna put it on hold. And also, if any one of you want to get the Node.js tutorials going, just drop a comment. I'll consider those. I'll be considering those. Yeah. So, in case you like this sort of content, please consider subscribing. It pushes me to create more free content for you guys, and it helps me. It just drives me to provide front end coding content for all of you. So just hit that notification bell, subscribe button, and if you like my previous videos, hit the like buttons for them. And now let's get started. So I have a blank HTML and CSS, and I also have a live server, which was clearly from my previous attempt. So I'm gonna close that and get another live server of my own, you see. So this is Emmet, which allows us to generate default markup text for HTML. So it allows us to generate fast and clean CSS and HTML snippets and helps us write our code a lot faster. And if you see, you might notice something weird with my theme. Not weird, but new theme. So it's Atom 1 dark theme. So those of you using the Atom text editor, you might automatically notice that I'm using that sort of color. So this is what I'm using. So yep. So right now I'm just gonna rename this to Position Relative, and for this tutorial I'm gonna create a parent div with a child div. And let me just link in my CSS and let's get started. So this is perfect, and in my CSS I just want to add some small boilerplate. So box size and border box, and to my parent. Give it a width of 100 pixels and a height of 100 pixels, and I'm going to give it a background color and give it an RGBA value of 255.00 and give it an alpha value of 0.6. Just save that, open it up with a live server, which is essentially auto reloads the web page for you every time you make a save to your file. So this is my parent element right here. Parent div actually. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you position, add a position relative. So I added it, nothing actually happened. Let's see if I saved it. Oops, I did save it, but nothing happened. Why? The reason nothing happened was position relative does nothing to the original flow of the documents. So in the HTML markup, there's a certain flow of elements based on where you put them in your markup. So my parent is essentially at the top, so it's going to be at the top here, and it doesn't disturb the flow of documents. So that's position static, which is the default position. We're going to be covering it in another video. But position relative, what it does is it allows you to offset that particular element from its usual position without disturbing the flow of other elements. So I'm just going to give another box, and what I'm going to do is save that and bring this here. I'm just going to change this to the default static, or you can just remove it, but I'm just making it static. And putting it here. Put a 0 here. Save that. So it's green. They're right on top of each other. So I'm just gonna give it a small margin, 10 pixels. Huh? What the hell just happened? Am I putting it on the parent? Oh, it's in the. I'm just gonna put it on the box. So right now you see there is. Wait, I'm just gonna remove that margin and try to show it to you. So the right, they're stacked on top of each other right there. And suppose I try to offset it, it does not disturb the position of any other element on the page. So I'm going to, because this has the position relative, I'm just going to give it. It gives us access to 4 of the values like I showed it to you in my last position absolute video. So I can give it top of, say, 10 pixels and give it a left of 0. Save that. So you see, it's just blending onto there and not disturbing or changing the position of any other element on the page. So that's what position relative does. It basically offsets the position of an element based on its original position. So the original position of the square was about here, and it was offset 10 pixels down because we changed the value of top to 10 pixels. So that's what position relative does. And so where we actually use it is, I'm just going to take this box away and I'm just going to change the formatting of the parent element. Now I'm going to give it a background color, and I'm going to change this and this to 300 pixels. So I'm just showing you where we actually use it a lot. I'm just going to give it a border of 3 pixels solid red. So you see now we get a box of 3 pixels solid red, and 3 pixels is the border, but it's 300 pixels by 300 pixels, and we gave it a position relative. So like as you recall, we might have added a child element, so let's just select that, give it a width of 100 pixels and a height of 100 pixels as well. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna give it a background color, an RGBA 00255, and then give it a opacity of 0.6, and that should do it. So this gave it a blue color box inside of this original element, which, because this blue color box is a child element, it can't go anywhere out of this big prison box here. So where we use position absolute with this is because we have to use a position absolute with this. That's the most common way where people actually use it. Suppose I'm going to put a position absolute. It does nothing. So I'm just going to offset it, say 20 pixels down and 20 pixels to the left. So what you would generally expect is for it to move from this corner all the way to, say, around here. But that's not the case because this has a position relative. It can only move relative to this container. So it can't move with relation to, or when you calculate the borders from the actual DOM, or the I keep forgetting that full name, but you can't actually have it relative to this entire screen. You have to have it relative from the element where you kept position relative. So this is the position relative one, and it has to be relative to this. It has to be relative to this big square. So I hope you guys got that, and that's how we use position relative. So I guess that's it for now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content just like this one. And I'll see you guys later.